Welcome back to another day in the life as a research scientist. Once again, I'm awake before the sun is. And when I sat down, I realized I had these giant holes in my pants. Thankfully, there were some available in the lab to switch into. And I was kind of giving National Geographic. Super cute, have my little book bag. And here is the helicopter views. When I tell you I was terrified, But it is so worth it. I mean, look at that. So this is the farmlands that you see before you actually enter the Everglades. And here I am wearing my proper gear. I kind of look like a stormtrooper. Now this kind of looks like we're not in Florida anymore, but I promise this is South Florida. It looks like a savanna, but once we start getting closer to the ground, you will start seeing that there is water everywhere. It's not as deep as other areas we've been in, but it's still water. Now the reason we're using a helicopter instead of the airboat is because we cannot reach these lands on an airboat. And you might be wondering, why can't we just walk to each site? And that is because it is incredibly hard and difficult to get there. Once we land, we get all of our tools, we set up so our bag doesn't get dirty on this little chair. And into the sawgrass we go. We lay out a transect line about 16 meters, and we set up our little plots where we start collecting structural data. We're also going to be getting the composition, so like what species we're actually seeing. And once we collect everything from this site, we're going to head back to the helicopter and go on to our other sites. In total, we did over 5 sites. And the reason we do this is to be able to see how the Everglades is doing. We want to see if there's a certain species that's dominating, if there's a species that shouldn't be there, if the health of the plants, we're checking if they're living or dying. And in this area, you can see it's more dry, but it is still very hard to walk in as it is very mushy. I have my little lunch break and the most beautiful views out here in the world. And here, once again, I'm going to get that structural data. And here you can see how much water we're in and how difficult it actually is to walk through all of this sawgrass. When I tell you I am full of cuts by the end of this, I am full of cuts, like so many paper cuts. And here you can see how far the 60 meters actually is. All the way over there is where the transect basically ends. And once again, we're back on the helicopter. I keep mentioning these views because my mind cannot comprehend that someone out there actually saw this and decided to build golf courses over this. We must continue to protect this land, and I'm so happy that there is a lot of conservationists and even community members that are learning about our environment and how we must protect it. Now, I didn't get a video, but I did see balloons on the ground, so please stop releasing balloons into the air. And once I got back, you can see all the mud on me, but it was so worth it. So thank you for watching, guys.